Shalom. Welcome to the 12 tribes worldwide. How are you? So we're getting ready to start our Wednesday night Bible study. And you see what I titled this, right? I voted for Yahuwah. You guessed it. No, I did not walk into the polls and sit there and try to figure out which one of the idiots do I want to beat me tomorrow. Because sure enough, I'm going to find someone that I like this thing about him, but I don't like this about him. Yeah, you're for pro-life, but you're destroying the poor people, or you're for, and then you're just sitting there trying to figure out who am I for? And if you stop and think, you have to ask yourself, who is for Yah? Because if you're not for Yah, you're an enemy. So anyone that you're voting for that's not for Yah, you're voting for the enemy. And is our nation, the Hebrew nation, has to be very careful that they don't fall in allegiance with the enemy. It's a sad thing because the statements that I hear, I see, I'm like, people really? So I'm Republican. So you're falling in alignment with your enemy, saying you're Republican. Or you're saying I'm Democrat, and you're still whose alignment are you falling for? Why are you picking one side over the other? Do you feel like the one side's going to help you or the other side's going to hurt you? If you follow just what's happened in the last 400 years, the Republicans, the Democrats were hurting us. And at one time, we were Republicans, if you wanted to call us that. And now things have flipped. And now we're not Republicans anymore, we're Democrats. Because the Republicans are doing us harm. If you look honestly at the Hebrew nation, when we came out of slavery, we were better off than we are now.
Right.
That's just the truth. There's fear. We can't sit in our car without being worried about, not even driving, just sitting in the car without worrying that you're going to be pulled over or that they can't pull you over if you're not driving, right? So your fear when you're in your backyard. Someone got shot in his backyard. Why? Because he just happened to be a Hebrew. I just heard today that there was somebody that this is mind-boggling, but it happens every day. I don't know if I can share all of this story, but someone gave birth to babies, and the babies were premature. The report comes back. Just let them go. Because they're twins, but the Hebrews, they didn't fight for their lives. They didn't care. The fact of the matter is, there's a whole people out there that really don't care about you and will do everything they can to destroy you. And yet we want to fall in line to follow the party line. I'm putting it to you that if you're going to do anything, you should vote for Yahweh.
Wait, real quick. What channel is that on?
This is on my YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
Yes.
Oh.
The Ark, New Jersey, Elder Yechezk'el ben Israel. So let's go. Let's read through Micah, because there's a reason why I feel the way I feel. There was one time when I'm registered. I have a card. I used to vote. Right now, I don't feel it necessary for me to vote. And I think this is, we all have to work out our own soul salvation with fear and trembling, right? So, y'all may put it on your heart to go out and do it. It's not on my heart. I've seen too much wickedness and on top of wickedness. My um, layers and layers and layers of it until I see something that demonstrates repentance and that they have made a change. Okay, so let me back up for a minute. I looked in the newspaper this morning in the well, news feeds. Historical moment in our culture. First gay, openly gay
Governor
governor
Where?
in Colorado.
in Colorado.
Oh, goodness.
That mean that mean more people in Colorado think that it's cool than the ones that think that it's an abomination. The front page of BBC, the LBGQWXYZ, how great it was for them this week. The homosexual movement is taking steps forward. The holy and righteous people, you got to look hard and far to find them.
Oh, okay, because it's not conservative.
No, no, it's not conservative Republicans. It's Christianity has has done a mind trick, the ultimate mind trick to us as Hebrews. Ultimate mind trick. Come to you and put a cross in front of you and a Bible in their one hand and 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 a gun in the other. Throughout the whole nation, there's like you see hatred running rampant, and we're supposed to overlook it and act like turn a blind eye to it. The police force is running rampant, doing just about whatever they feel like.
No accountability.
No accountability. And so, what are you going to vote in? A new KKK member for the captain of the police department?
Just did it in Florida.
Did they?
Yeah, DeSantis won, and it's looking like Stacey Abrams is going to lose to Brian Kemp.
So it's just running rampant. It's like a disease.
White supremacy.
You know, it's like a disease that just was the Black Plague. They have that in America, the Black Plague, and yet they tell us that Black supremacy. What do they call us? Black hate groups.
Black identity.
Black identity extremists, because we care for our people. All right, let's read it. Micah, chapter 4. Wait till you get to 5, but let's do 4. Anyone? Mm-hmm.
Okay. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of Yahuwah shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it. And many nations shall come and say, Come, let us go up to the mountain of Yahuwah, and to the house of the Elohim of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth from Zion.
So let me ask you a question. What is the highest mountain?
Here in the States,
No, in the world.
in the world.
It's in South Africa.
Is
Or
it?
is it not?
She's right.
Kenya.
It's
It's in Africa. About
it's in Africa.
It's not Everest.
Mount,
Mount Kilimanjaro.
That's
let me say
Yeah, that's
Sinai.
Kenya.
Kenya also has.
They said it's Mount Everest.
Mount Everest.
I believe. Let me check.
They're checking it out. This
As
is
of
good.
right now, it says the highest is Mount Everest.
Mount Everest.
Yeah, because it's 29,000.
Where's Mount Everest?
Mount Everest is
that's in
in China. The international border between Nepal and China runs across its summit.
Okay.
Himalayas, yeah, like all of that.
So let's go back to 2 again. And many nations shall come and come on, continue.
And say, come, let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh,
Hmm.
and to the house of Elohim of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths, for the law shall go forth from Zion.
Or the Torah. Right.
For
So
HaTorah shall go forth from Zion.
so you get the picture? On this mountain, Yah is going to drop down his kingdom. So we're going to see this happening, right? Some people are looking for going to heaven. Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away, right? Nowhere in the book does it say that. But what it does say is that Yahweh in that day is going to come and he's going to establish his kingdom on earth. And all of the nations are going to come to learn the law, which is kind of funny. I thought the law was done away with.
Yeah, how about that?
So why would he be teaching the law if the law is done away with? It's like Sabbath. We had Sabbath. They say it's done away with. Go to Revelations, you're going to see Sabbath established again.
But why
So
have
it-
church if the Sabbath is if the Sabbath was for assembly? Why
Mhm.
even have church on Sunday if the Sabbath is done away, assembly is done away with? And
Yeah, the whole 9 yards is done away
so
with.
why even
Well, that's
get together?
that's this whole new.
We're under grace, but you still don't forsake the Solomon.
So if the temple is placed on the planet, right? This is who I'm voting for because he's going to come and he's going to place his temple on the planet, right?
Is everybody voting for that, or that's just fitting to happen?
I'm hoping everybody does vote for it, but you're going to find that some people don't as we continue reading, right? Because a lot of people are going to come, all the nations are going to come, right? And they're going to come to learn Torah. Let's go. Let's read 3.
And the word of Yahuwah from Jerusalem, and he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
So why would you think that they would ask?
Excuse me. Nation shall not
Shall
lift
not.
up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
So we all want, if you want to vote for somebody, don't you want to vote for the one that's going to bring peace?
Right.
Shalom, right? So why do you think that he puts this phrase in there? Beat your your swords into
Plowshares.
plowshares,
because
and your swords into pruning.
you're not going to need to fight anymore
Right.
because he's going to bring shalom. And it looks like what you're going to have to do is continue to um, farm.
Farming.
Yeah.
Let me put this into your spirit. When he comes, we all know there's gonna be a lot of bloodshed.
Right.
He gonna clean house,
Horse's bridle.
right? What is it? Armageddon, right? We know there's gonna be blood. He gonna tear this whole place up. The whole place is already gonna be destroyed by fire and earthquakes and all kind of calamities. These people are going to have to make the nation clean again. You go ahead, Laurie.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I looked up plowshares on Wikipedia. Well, I didn't look it up on Wikipedia, but the first thing that popped up when I typed in plowshares, and it says swords to plowshares. And an interesting thing is that plowshares, of course, are used in gardening or farming. But in one line it says the plowshare is often used to symbolize creative tools that benefit humankind, as opposed to destructive tools of war, symbolized by the sword.
Mm-hmm.
So to benefit humankind, you'll be benefiting humankind rather than destroying.
So everyone will be taking their instruments, everything that they have, will be made for peace and to reconstruct that which has been destroyed. Because he says he's going to come and he's going to give us a new heaven and a new earth, right? Everything that's here is going to have to be cleaned up. And guess what? We don't have to clean it up. I can show you this, right? We're not the ones doing the cleaning up. Come on.
Nuh-uh. That's not what it says.
4.
But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid, for the mouth of Yahuwah Sabaoth hath spoken it.
This is a tremendous verse because in this verse, we're not going to worry about the lights flashing behind us. We're not going to have to worry about getting beat down because we're walking down the street. Come on.
For
We'll be at peace. Shalom.
For all people will walk every one in the name of his God, and we will walk in the name of Yahuwah, our Elohim, forever and ever.
And so here is an opportunity for grace. Grace is still abounding. There's still people that still are not worshiping Yah.
Right.
And let them do their thing. Everybody's always concerned about, well, what about the people that practice that don't believe in Buddha? What about the people that believe in Krishna? What about Allah, right? He's like, go ahead, let them do their thing.
Right.
They're going to do that. Even with his kingdom on the planet, even when he's cleaning the house, he's still, that's grace. He's still allowing them to have their false gods. You don't believe me? Let's read on.
In that day, saith Yahuwah, will I assemble her that halteth, and I will gather her that is driven out, and her that I have afflicted. And I will make her that halted a remnant, and her that was cast far off a strong nation. And Yahuwah shall reign over them in Mount Zion from henceforth, even forever.
Hallelujah. So it doesn't take strength or might to have a strong army. All we need is Yahuwah on our side. You can go back through all the different verses and you can find where he said, you got too many people. Take them down to the lake. Let's see who looks up and who sups with their hands or puts their face down. Okay, when you're done, okay, you got Gideon. Okay, so you only got 300. Good. Now you can fight because we don't need might. When the whole army was scared of the giant, we didn't need a mighty warrior to take on Goliath. You know, we can do this over and over again. There's so many of them, right? Yahweh doesn't need just to take down for to come out of Egypt. He didn't bring an arm, build up an army. He said, I don't need an army. You guys just come and follow me. Follow the cloud. You good. I got you. All right, let's go.
And thou, O tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion, the first kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem. Now why dost thou cry out aloud? Is there no king in thee? Is thy counselor perished? For pangs have taken thee as a woman in travail. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. There Yahweh shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies. Now also many nations are gathered against thee that say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion.
So in the midst of seeing him and seeing his power, yet they still want to defile his
Follow us
people.
and look and watch us be defiled.
Yeah. Let's see what we can.
Let's make them jump.
Let's rape him. Let's start abusing him again. Because after all, he's not really paying them attention. You would think that, well, no, because you would think that Pharaoh wouldn't have been so foolish after seeing all the calamity that came his way, right? So even when the king is on the planet, you would think that at that point they'd be like, you know what? We better leave these people alone. There is a hatred that all right, I'll say it this way. There's a hatred that the European have for us that just won't die. Just won't die.
Can't be
It,
converted.
it doesn't stop. So even if we join forces with them, they're still looking at us like, why is he even in here? And then, you know what was really crazy? You look back in World War II, when we were fighting for the U.S. of A. And we became prisoners. We were put in the worst case scenario as a prisoner because we were black, and the white people were a little bit less vicious to them. It's like it didn't matter that you're German, that you're English, that you're whatever. They automatically decide by our skin tone that we're supposed to be abused even worse. Yah has placed a special gift in us that the king, when he talked about the kings in us, the king in us will rise. There's no other nation that can be abused the way Judah has been abused and can arise, can come out of the calamity that they tried to put on us. Anybody else try this and they're not successful. But the king in us, we rise up.
Oh, praise.
We keep rising up. They can't stop this.
Wow.
Come on.
But they know not the thoughts of Yahweh, neither understand they his counsel. For he shall gather them as the sheaves into the floor. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I will make thine horn iron, and I will make thy hoofs brass, and thou shalt beat in pieces many people, and I will consecrate their gain unto Yahweh, and their substance unto Yahweh of the whole earth.
Now, you didn't think I was going to walk past that, right? There is, I told you that this whole thing with Christianity has messed our minds up. They have no idea what's coming because they don't have a grasp of the mind of Yah. He said they're totally confused. If you don't realize who the people are, you got the whole puzzle mixed up, and you can't get it right. You think you got it right. How can they be the people in Israel? They're not the people. They're not the people. But they'll get into churches and they'll tell you that they're the people, and they'll parade their flag and wave it, and they'll have special days to celebrate it. They have no clue. Go to Isaiah 65, 65, verse 12.
That arise and fresh. Interesting. Just looking at the term fresh, because I personally didn't know what it meant,
Mm-hmm.
but Mommy, you probably know.
It's threshing wheat. It's separating
The,
sheep.
the sheep. Go ahead.
It's like you put it in a big. They use a big like bowl that's made out of some kind of
Screen.
like a screen
mesh,
thing, and
yeah.
so all the wheat goes in there, and when you throw it up,
The wind.
the wind blows away the tear.
Oh.
The wheat stays in the bowl, in the big, and the threshing that they use.
So the tear flies off.
Yes.
And you're speaking of a modern concept, but in the past it was done by beating.
By beating it, yeah. Yeah, I've seen
Mm.
it.
It was. Wait a minute. Let's back it up. It was done by beating it,
Yeah, that's
like beating it against the wall, or
Well, that would work too.
yeah,
that's why it's called the threshing floor, which is another biblical term.
because the wheat would fall to the floor.
Well, you're beating the grain using flail onto the threshing floor. So this is all like, this is why I want to have a farm. You need to know this practical understanding of these words. So you know more than I do, so that's why I'm here.
And I was speaking with Morey Yoshiyahu yesterday, and he was talking about his farm and getting goats, and he said all this is going to help Zion because they're going to be able to see the agricultural aspect of Torah, because a lot of us don't see it. And that was cool, because when you think about that, like when we get beaten, it's actually we should be turning back to him. And most of us, a lot of us, because we're not the called ones, when we take the beating, we turn from them. If a child is use your analogy of a child. If you have a child and you give him a smack in the butt, you can watch that child, little child, right? Watch what they do after they get the beating from their mommy. If it's just a little smack in the butt, they come back to mommy and like, I'm sorry, mommy, and be hugging up on her because they don't want mommy's bad feelings to linger on.
Yeah.
That's the way that we're supposed to be, like turning back to Yah. We're not supposed to be like, I don't believe he let this happen to me. We're supposed to be turning back to him, repenting, returning back. You see the kid, and the kids be like, and if you did something to mommy, even after she just went wild on your backside, you'd be like, don't touch my mommy.
Right.
Come on, come on. Isaiah 65.
And 12.
Uh,
You said 12, but you went through all.
yeah, I'm in 55. Yeah, we don't have. Hold on, I gotta be in the right page. 65, verse 12. Let's start at 12. We'll start at 11.
But ye are they that forsake Yahweh, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for Gad, and that furnish the drink offering unto Minon. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spoke, ye did not hear. But did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore thus says Adonai Yahuwah, Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of the Ruach. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For Adonai Yahuwah shall slay you, and call his servants by another name.
Go back to 14 again.
14,
Where are we?
Isaiah
65. Start at verse 12. Well, we start at 11. Read 14 again.
14. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of the Ruach.
Mm.
And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For Adonai Yahuwah shall slay you, and call his servants by another name. That he who blesses himself in the earth shall bless himself in the Elohai of truth, and he that swears in the earth shall swear by the Elohai of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from my eyes.
And this is my key verse. I just wanted to get to this one verse, and then we'll be done for the evening.
17. For behold, I create renewed heavens and a renewed earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind.
So that's why I'm voting for Yahweh, because when all's said and done, we're not even going to remember this mess. You're not even going to remember it. You know, when you were real little as 1 year old, you don't really remember. Most of us don't remember when they were 1 year old. Maybe not even 2.
Little pictures might be little flashes,
right.
but it's not the whole memories. No.
It's like it's a whole different life.
You know what I think of about sometimes is that you were a human, a person in your mother's womb,
Yeah.
and then you came through the birth canal to
Right.
the birth, and you have no recollection
right.
of that at all.
That time. And
At
you
all.
spent those
You spent 9 months.
9 months, and so it's easy to understand that verse because of that.
And then when we get older, some of us sort of lose our memory, right? They call it Alzheimer's or sometimers, right? And you start forgetting You know, if you have somebody that's in that stage, you keep showing up once a week so they remember you.
Right.
Because they start asking you, like, what's your mother's name? Or did you have kids? Or are you married? And you start feeling, you seeing the memory starting to dissipate. Can you imagine just one day y'all just says, you can't, I'll make you forget what you seem like you can't forget. The bad times that you may have experienced. Some of us have experienced rape. Some of us have experienced. I looked at something this week and I was like, this is mind boggling. There was a slave revolt in New Orleans. And when it occurred, they said it was one of the biggest slave revolts, almost took over the whole state. They had it all figured all out how they were going to um, take over the mansions, what is it called, the plantations, and they did a great job until the army came in and squashed it. They didn't just squash it; throughout the whole city, state, they lined the highways up with the heads of the slaves that they killed. Literally cut the heads off and made lollipops with them and stuck them on the street. This is a whole battalion of USA, and this is what they did. I was like, what kind of mindset thinks cut heads off, stick them on a stick, and we're supposed to be uncivilized? And now we're supposed to forget it. I don't want to forget it until y'all gives me a new mind and says, wash away all of the past. Yeah, don't forget the Holocaust. You have to be a doctorate and do research and go find this stuff and pull it out for anybody to even know it, because they whitewashed it and put it and hide it. So no, I didn't vote. I vote for Yahweh. Hallelujah.